You don't find someone you like in your country, you go look in another country. I do not care. You have the power to change things in your life. You have the power to move and go for what you actually want, but you are the one deciding to settle.
So, the advice you have for Western women who are not getting wifed up by the men that they want is to become passport girls?
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Well, sweetie, if she can't lock down a dude who's over 6 feet tall, is packing 6 inches, and is making over 6 figures in the West, she'd have to go east. And don't get me wrong, there are guys like that in Eastern Europe too. But those guys have all of the local women chasing after them, so why would an Eastern European Chad give up a harem of Eastern European women just to wife up a Western woman? Newsflash, guys like that don't get married for a green card, so Eastern Europe really isn't the place to go if you're a Western passport girl, so what's left? Well, there's Saudi Arabia.
What?
There's Dubai.
Because poop is funny.
But that's more or less the same thing as Eastern Europe, only with less women's rights.
Well, that's good.
Bruh.
Face it, sweetie, men and women are different. Just because something works for us doesn't mean it's gonna work for you.
If you have pretty privilege, you have power. Like it or not, you have power.
So basically, you have no power.
I took a shared ride with a black man that was consuming red pill content, and I want to talk about it real quickly.
I want to back you up 100% today and talk about this, because I feel like
It doesn't matter how you feel!
these topics don't get enough coverage, and it's really scary. But first I want to say, I'm so glad you got out of that shared ride safely and okay. That is the most important part. But I've noticed something terrifying, and that is that red pill content, which we all now know is like the right and the white pipeline.
You're kidding, right?
Stop it. Get some help.
Sweetie, you obviously have no idea what you're talking about, because if you did, you'd know that one of the biggest names in the red pill space right now, with an audience of all races, ethnicities, and backgrounds, are Fresh and Fit, who are 2 black men. And the biggest name in the red pill space before he passed away, also with an audience of all races, ethnicities, and backgrounds, was Kevin Samuels, a black man. But by all means, continue the cringe.
Is not only attracting people.
All right, let me just cut to the chase, ma'am. You can feel like what you want to, but women like you die alone.
The only thing you're liberating yourself from is a good marriage in the future. But let me know your thoughts.
Oh no, not a good marriage with a man in the future. Imagine running through men in your 20s.
Correction. Getting ran through by men in her 20s. Because if you're gonna post cringe on TikTok, be accurate.
Only to losing out to a good marriage to a man who thinks that body count matters. Oh no. How shall we ever live?
Probably like this.
Got a lot of rejection today. I mean, I've never walked up to a guy and he runs away from me. I do see people though seeing the sign and then Googling me, which is also kind of like wily because who knows what pops up first with Google.
Well, since the internet is forever, what pops up is her getting ran through by men in her 20s and 30s and 40s. In Lisa's case, there's also video evidence of that, but most men don't need video evidence to know a woman's been ran through. They're actually easy to identify, and most of them tell on themselves on social media anyway.
I left my boyfriend and I've been traveling for 10 days and I've slept with 22 people in that 10 days.
Proper garden tool.
Are you sure? Is has been humbling. I'm gonna keep trying.
And all the men you're gonna try with are gonna be like,
leave me alone, please leave me alone. Leave me alone, please leave me alone. Leave me alone, please leave me alone. Leave me alone, please leave me alone.
How shall we ever live?
alone with a bunch of cats.
We're not interested. And that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.